Welcome back to Big Red Radio. This is Bet the Mortgage. We do it every week. We're going to give you our best picks of the weekend in college football. We are currently 4-2 on the year. Last week we did not do a Bet the Mortgage. We had a late video. Really worried about the Colorado game. Obviously it didn't end well, so we got to get something back going on track. So we're going to do Bet the Mortgage again this week. We went 4-2 with our picks 2 weeks ago. We're looking to go 6-0 this week. Zach, you got anything before we just jump right into it? Going to be a quick one.
I believe it will technically be, we're looking to go 5-0.
5-0. You're right. Which, because we have same pick on one of ours, I'll just get right into that. Western Kentucky plus 28 against Ohio State. Ohio State hasn't shown that there's some dominant force right now. What?
Never mind. And we don't have the... Never mind. I don't have that pick.
Oh, Zach doesn't have that pick. I thought he did. Western Kentucky is plus 28 against Ohio State. Ohio State has not shown to be a dominant force this year. They were playing Youngstown State pretty close for a little bit. They didn't look great against Indiana. So 28 points is a lot, especially for a Western Kentucky team who I think is pretty good. So I think they keep it close. I would not be surprised if Ohio State wins this game by 20 or 14. I would be very surprised if Western Kentucky won this game, but if you're that confident, go ahead and sprinkle some on the money line. But I would definitely think Western Kentucky plus 28 points is a lock. It's just way too many points, which is going to be the name of the game for all my picks this week. But Zach, I'll let you take your first one.
Yeah, so I am taking Western Michigan plus 28.5 versus Iowa. Iowa can't even score 28 points, okay? I said that week 1 about them not being able to score 24 points, and everyone thought I was crazy. Here we are now, and they're averaging like 21. Right. And Utah State and Western Michigan... I mean, Western Michigan is not a bad team, right? They're not good, but they're not a gimme game.
Yeah, they always got some players.
And so here's my thing about Iowa. Could they have beat Utah State by 40? Absolutely. Could they have probably beat Iowa State by more than they did? Probably. But they don't want to, right?
Right.
I mean, they just don't want to. They don't need to. And so I don't think that I was winning by more than 28. I don't think they're winning a 30. I don't think they're beating them by 30. They're not even going to score 30. And you're always, very rarely do you see shutouts in college football. You're going to get a field goal. You're going to get, a touchdown here or there. It may be garbage time, but I think that's a lock. I think that's free money.
Yeah. Pretty much any Iowa, if they're favored by over 20 points, I think they're going to end up on Zach's slip this season. My next one, kind of similar.
You guys didn't see it. I did win another bet on the Iowa game. Iowa State under. So won that one too. So
mentioned that one at the end of the episode last week. But my next one is kind of similar to what Zach was saying. Bowling Green plus 40.5 against Michigan. It's just too many points. Michigan is what Iowa wants to be. Michigan is dominant at what they do. They run the ball. They play defense. They're going to run the clock out, and they're going to score 30 points while doing it. But they're not going to score 40. Like, Michigan, I think, didn't cover in their first game, and I don't know if they covered against UNLV. It looks like they won 35-7. I don't think they covered. I think they were favored by 30. So they're 0-2 against the spread this year. 40.5 against Bowling Green. No, Bowling Green is not a good football team at all. But that's not the point. It's just you can't bet on somebody to lose by 40. They're coming off a big win against Eastern Illinois. So, Bowling Green plus 40.5. Lock it in.
Yeah, my next one, I feel like I'm the spread king out here. I feel like I'm only betting the spread. Iowa State minus 2.5.
Against who?
Versus Ohio. Ohio.
Ohio's not a bad
Okay.
football team.
Ohio's not a bad football team. But
Iowa State is a bad football team.
I don't know. They had the shot to beat Iowa.
Is Iowa a good football team?
That's a wonderful question. But I think Iowa State is better than Ohio.
That's why they're favored, to be fair.
They're favored. But 2.5 is a line I just want to put the money on. I think, listen, this is like when Iowa State was favored by 7.5 over UNI. Like, yes, they're better, and yes, they're going to win, but that's almost insulting.
Yeah.
Because they're going to win by more than that. Okay, I think they're going to win by 10 against Ohio. So 2.5, I think, is... I'm not saying it's not, as good as Western Michigan plus 28, 28.5, but it's pretty good. I think my next one is the best one.
Well, my next one and my last one is Tennessee, Florida. What everyone thinks is going to be some great game, under 58.5. I don't think Tennessee or Florida are very good this year. I think Tennessee has looked ugly so far. Joe Milton, who everyone was so hype about all offseason, hasn't looked great. Florida's just a bad team. I don't think anybody really thinks they're going to be good. I don't know who wins, but the loser is going to be whoever turns this game on and watches it, just because it's just going to be an ugly game. So under 58.5 seems like a lock to me. I can see this ending like a 20-17 or a 20-10 kind of game.
My next one, yet again, another spread, but we're taking Penn State minus 7.5 versus Illinois. Penn State is a really good team.
Mm-hmm.
Drew Aller is a very good quarterback. The Penn State defense is a very good defense. People are putting Penn State, I wouldn't say, they're college football playoff hopefuls, I would say. I wouldn't put them contenders yet, but they're hopefuls. Yeah. And as we said before, Illinois is not a good team.
Right.
I mean, they are just not a good team. Again, I think, I don't know where they're getting these lines from, but Penn State minus 7.5 against Illinois, I could see a Penn State minus 7.5 against like, I don't even know, probably not even a Big Ten team, but against a mid-tier team like Colorado. I could see Penn State minus 7.5 versus Colorado. Really, really good line. I could see Penn State minus 7.5 versus Oklahoma. Really good line. But Penn State minus 7.5 versus Illinois is just not a good line. And I think if you want to take advantage of Vegas, take advantage of this one, because that's where you're going to get your money, is right there.
Yeah. So my name in the game this week was just too many points, whether it be spreads or totals, kind of like Zach's, I guess, with Iowa, and even with the plus 28 Western Michigan plus 28 against Iowa, and then you had they're giving Illinois too many points, and then I don't remember what your other one was.
Iowa State.
Yeah, not enough points is what Zach was in that one. But yeah, so that's bet the mortgage for us. We're gonna keep these short. We're gonna keep these quick, and we're gonna put these out every single week. We're gonna
also, I think record. we're technically 5-2 right now, if you count my Iowa State bet the under.
That is gonna do it for this episode of Bet the Mortgage. We'll see you guys next week.